nucleic acid metabolism.
Okay. So, welcome to medicinal biochemistry class on nucleic acid metabolism. So, today we will learn about the structure of DNA. Okay. So, at the end of this class, so the students shall be able to recall Chekhov's rule, recall base pairing rule, explain Watson and Crick model of DNA structure. Okay, so now we will begin with some history. Today we will begin this class with a brief history of this DNA structure discovery, how this was discovered. So I'll give you the link where you can read in detail about the story of this. Okay. So she's Rosalind Franklin. So I had posted her photograph in the first class as well. Okay, so here, so there's one quote like, science for me gives a partial explanation for life. Okay, in so far as it goes, it is based on fact, experience and experiment. Okay, so these are the three things that you should learn as a student. So these should be the objectives: the facts, experience and experiment. So you need to understand the fact, like what it is, how it happens, and you need to practice it, you need to experience it, and then you need to experiment. So this is the ultimate stage of perfection of a subject. Okay, so he is Morris Wilkins. So what he says, DNA is like a Midas gold. Everyone who touches it goes mad. So it is like you have discovered a treasure and you go mad discovering a treasure because you possess that treasure. So DNA structure is something very interesting, something like that. It is like a treasure and it is a very interesting thing in fact. Okay. So he is Erwin Chekhov. So there's one quote about from him, that is, if you can modify a cell, it's only a short step to modifying a mouse. And if you can modify a mouse, it's only a step to modify a higher animal, even a man. So everything starts from cell. So the basis is, like, if you understand cell very well, then you are very much like studying the biology of a human being. Okay. So these two scientists, that is James Watson and Francis Crick. Okay, so we look into their role as well. So here, this link. So this link, if you follow, you can study the whole story about the discovery of DNA. So here, the brief history about the DNA. MHF Wilkins and Rosalind Franklin in early 50s studied the structure of DNA crystals using X-rays. Okay, so the X-ray pattern suggested the structure of DNA was an helix. Okay, so it suggested that the structure was an helix, just like ropes. Okay, so it was an helical structure. Erwin Chekhov showed that in each species, a percentage of adenine equals the percentage of thiamine. Okay, and the percentage of guanine equals the percentage of cytosine. So this is one of the very important discovery in as part of elucidation of DNA structure. Okay, so this forms the basis of studying DNA of any animal. Okay. So what does Chekhov's rule states? That is, Chekhov's rule states that in DNA of any species, the amount of adenine should be equal to thiamine and the amount of guanine should be equal to cytosine. Okay. So you all know that DNA consists of 4 nucleotides, that is adenine, guanine, cytosine and thiamine. So whichever DNA you take from whichever animal, so the amount of adenine will always be equal to amount of thiamine and amount of guanine will always be equal to the amount of cytosine. Okay, so that is A equals to T, G equals to C. Okay, So based on this fact, based on this experimental evidence, so the base pairing rule that is was defined. That is, adenine will always combine or form a bond with thiamine in DNA structure, and guanine always forms a bond with cytosine. Why it is so? We will look into that in the next slide. So here, if you look at the structure of thiamine and adenine, so there are like adenine is having one hydrogen bond accept. Sorry, thiamine is having one hydrogen bond acceptor and one hydrogen bond donor. Similarly, adenine is having one hydrogen bond donor and one hydrogen bond acceptor. Okay. So, and cytosine is having one hydrogen bond donor and two hydrogen bond acceptors, and guanine is having one hydrogen bond acceptor and two hydrogen bond donor. So if these adenine, guanine, cytosine and thiamine have to form the most stable bonding, so all these are linked to each other in DNA structure by hydrogen bonds. That is, adenine is linked to thiamine and cytosine is linked to guanine. And if they want to form the most stable and the strongest pairing, then adenine should always bind with thiamine and guanine should always bind with cytosine. Okay, so that will provide the maximum number of hydrogen bonding. Okay. So the next thing is a DNA structure, that is Watson and Crick model. What Watson and Crick did. Okay, so in the discovery of DNA structure. So James Watson and Francis Crick explained structure of DNA. So what they did was they explained the structure of DNA. So they used the data of that is MHF Wilkins and Rosalind Franklin. What they did on based on their X-ray refraction studies or X-ray crystallographic studies. So they took that data, they used it, and they also used the data of Erwin Chagaff, that is Chagaff's rule, what was defined. So and then they proposed the structure of DNA. So what we now call it as Watson and Crick. In fact, so there are other peoples also who have contributed by large to this DNA structure. Okay. So based on that, so based on these facts, so DNA has an deoxyribose sugar. So based on the experimental evidences that are provided by Rosalind Franklin and MHF Wilkin and Chagaff, Erwin Chagaff, so they brought out some like the proposal for DNA structure. Okay, so they gave few conclusions. That is, one is so here there are few. DNA has an deoxyribose sugar. That is, in the ribose moiety, the second carbon from the second carbon, oxygen is removed. So the OH is converted to hydrogen. Okay, so it contains four basic building blocks or nucleotide bases, that is adenine, cytosine, guanine and thiamine. Okay, so the order like how these are arranged in the DNA structure, what comes after one nucleotide base, which nucleotide base will come. Okay, so based on this order or sequence of these bases, so the different DNAs are formed. Okay, so the order or sequence of these phases form the instructions of the genome. Okay, so this order carries the genome instructions. Okay, so now we will study the structure of this. So the first thing is it consists of two chains of nucleotides. It consists of, so here you have one chain. So you divide this into equal halves. Okay, so this is one chain and this is other chain. Okay, so it consists of two chains of nucleotides. It has unique double helix shape like a twisted ladder. Okay, so this is the shape of this, or the 3D shape of this DNA is just like an double helical shape like a twisted ladder. Okay, so these two helix will form what? A double helical shape like a twisted ladder. Okay. So the sides of this ladder, this part of this ladder, so this is called as the sides of this ladder are made up of alternating molecule of phosphate and sugar molecule. That is, here it is a deoxyribose sugar, alternating molecule. So this will form the sides of this ladder. Okay, alternating molecules of what? Phosphate and sugar, and that is deoxyribose sugar molecule. Okay. So the nucleotide bases make up the rungs of the ladder. Rungs means steps of the ladder. Okay. So here you have, that is adenine pairing with thymine, guanine pairing with cytosine, thymine pairing with adenine. Okay. Adenine pairing with thymine. So if you know one part of this helical structure, other part, that is complementary bases, you can write it using Chagaff's rule. Okay. So the bases always pair together what? As per the Chagaff's rule. Adenine pairs with thymine and cytosine pairs with guanine. Okay. So if you know the nucleotide sequence of one side, so other side you can write it using this Chagaff's rule. Okay. So the base pairs are joined together by hydrogen bond. Adenine and thymine can form 2 hydrogen bonds, and guanine and cytosine can form 3 hydrogen bonds. Okay. So in summary to the structure of DNA, so DNA structure is a double helical structure. Its 3D structure is just like a twisted ladder. It contains 4 nucleic acid bases, that is adenine, guanine, that is adenine, thymine, guanine and cytosine. So you can remember the sequence as A at GC. So these will form, or these will combine, or these base pairs are bonded according to Chagaff's rule. Adenine will always form bond with thymine and guanine always pairs with cytosine. Okay, so these are, that is the each helix is connected to each other by hydrogen bonds between these nitrogen bases. Okay, so and the sides of the ladder is what? Alternating molecules of phosphate and sugar molecule, and the steps or the rungs of the ladder are nitrogen bases, and these nitrogen bases of one helix is connected to other helix by hydrogen bonding between these two according to Chagaff's rule. Okay, so so what is the functions of DNA, or 4 requirements? So the DNA, the major role of DNA is to act as genetic material. Okay, what are the 4 that is major functions or requirements? So if it has to act as a genetic material, it should carry the information from parent to offspring. So that is carried in the form of a genetic code. We will study in the last class of this chapter. Okay, it must replicate, that we will discuss in your next class. Okay, it must allow the information to change, that is mutation. So this will also study in the next class. After studying DNA replication, we will study mutation and repair. And it must govern the expression of the phenotype. Okay, that is appearance. Okay, so this is genotype. Carrying information is a genotype. So it should govern, or it should be responsible for the appearance of an human being or an animal, like what color, complexion it is. So that is called as a phenotype. Okay, genotype means like what it is not appearing but still it carries, like diseases are carried. So these are all genotype. Okay. So in the end, to end this class, again I would like to quote one quote from Rosalind Franklin. So in my view, all that is necessary for faith is the belief that by doing our best, we shall succeed. Always remember, we need to put our best effort. We need to believe that we will succeed, and we need to give everything if you want to succeed. Okay, so in our aims. So our goal should be what? Improvement of mankind. Okay.